Hold on, y'all. Give me just a second. Hey, Summer. I'm not exactly sure how that works. There it is. Y'alls. Okay. So I got a poll running, y'all. Should be in the chat. So I'm going to be talking more about this in next week's video. But you all are going to be getting a story time from me. I'm going to try to have it up tomorrow, my very best, but it might not be up at the regular time at like 3 o'clock. It might be later. 1 second, guys. So, anyways, boom. Welcome to this week's live. I tried doing this a few days ago, and we had a storm so bad that the power went out in the middle of the live. Like in the live, the power went out actively. So I privated that video just because I normally don't private videos, but I privated that one just because it was like power went out, Wi-Fi went down, and it was just like a blank black screen forever because it wouldn't let me like make it private for a minute. I had to get my phone and laptop in like a specific place for my laptop to be able to run off of hotspot. So of my phone's like personal hotspot. So I made it private. Anyways, you all are going to be getting a story time here in the next couple of days, and it was going to be a different story time. It was going to be like a very heavy, dark story time, but at the last minute, I decided that this just isn't. There's Chris, by the way.
That all you want?
Yeah.
Sure.
You can get me a chocolate milk from Sonic if they have a chocolate milk, like a kid's chocolate milk. I love you. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a preview of what's to come. There's not many people on right now, but that's okay. So I have been going back and forth for a long time of doing a podcast. I have wanted to do one before YouTube. I mean, I've always wanted to do YouTube, but I've been thinking about doing a podcast for a really long time. And some of you guys, OGs, are going to remember a series that I had on my channel, Beauty and Documentary Breakdown. Some of you guys might have been here for that. Some of you guys may not. Also, this is where Dolly scratches my couch. So this is in like the filming room. So it's not like, see all this crap that she just chews up in the floor? Yeah. Anyways, so a podcast is something that I have been really wanting to do for a long time. And I decided why I keep just making excuses as to why not to do it. And every time I run polls on Instagram or where the hell ever, even here in this chat, I'm running a poll right now asking you guys, would you all like to see me do a podcast? It's always, yes, we'd love to do a podcast. But I had a series on my YouTube channel. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Hi, Luvius. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I had a series called Beauty and Documentary Breakdown, and basically I would do my makeup and I would break down a documentary for you guys. And it's kind of like that, but also not. So I want to talk about true crime. I want to talk about documentaries. Hi, Mike. I want to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. So I don't really want to like name it one specific thing because I want it to be interactive. Hey, E-Ray. I know a lot of people did really enjoy the beauty and documentary breakdown. The reason why I stopped doing it on the Morgan Shea channel is because that channel is always wanting to be story time. So anytime I post anything beauty related, it literally gets no views. So like I had a sponsorship video with Duval a couple videos back. It got like 30 views. And it's been like what? Not long. Like it's not been live on my channel. Like, let's see. Well, I posted that video for my mom. Let's see. That was posted 1 week ago and it has 30 views today. So like makeup beauty videos just do not do good. My story times, like by this point would have 1,000 views. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I just stopped doing makeup on my channel. You know, once I started doing story times, that's literally what blew my channel up. So I just continued to do story times. But a podcast is something that I've always wanted to do. I think I would be really good at it, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. I have a whole slew of notes, like in a notebook, of things that I want to say for the podcast, different stories I want to tell on the podcast. And I really want to talk about like whatever we all as a group want to talk about, because the thing about my community and my personal subscribers compared to literally almost anybody else, I've honestly not seen anybody else on the internet create what we have. It is quite literally a friendship between all of us. Like we all talk. I have an email that I have underneath every single video. It's underneath this live of an email that you guys can email me anytime. And I get emails from that every single day. Also, this is just a side note, but I've had a lot of you ask about a P.O. box. And I've been trying to see, like, would that even be worth it? Because I've only had, like, the 3 same people ask me about a P.O. box. And so I just, you know, I just don't want to get it and then, like, 1 month something come and then, like, just have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then also, like, I was also told that the 2 people that reached out to me, this has been a while ago. This is like when I first started my channel. I had 2 people who were dead set on like, you need to get a P.O. box. They were like, they didn't want to send me like their return address. Yeah, a P.O. box does cost money. So a P.O. box is not free. So I definitely would, I just want to know like if that's something that you all want me to have. Now that I have like more subscribers, is that something that would you all want to send me letters? Like my Instagram link don't work. What? That is shady shit. Okay, hold on. This is my Instagram. Is that even working? Hold on. It won't let me comment because I have that poll. I'm ending the poll, guys, so I can comment. Why is it not letting me comment? Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, so everybody wants a podcast. I would use your PO if you got one. It doesn't work. What the fuck, bro? Okay, here's my Instagram. So at Morgan Shea Official. That sucks. Why doesn't it work? Because I have to do it on my like laptop that I'm on right now. I have to do it on my MacBook because I don't know how to get the link copied on like the app. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, the podcast. I hope that you guys can find me. My old one, the link has a different username. What? It should say Morgan Shea as my name. Can you look up just Morgan Shea Official on Instagram? Can you just search me? Okay, Summer. I will try to relink it, guys, and see if that works. If not, I don't know what to do because I don't know how to fix that. Looking it up works. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the podcast. So basically, this has been in the works for a long time. I didn't really know how to start a podcast, if I'm being quite honest. Like, I didn't know, like, how to do that, like, at all. And or how to even like begin that. And so I was asking a couple of people on social media, like, how do you start a podcast? Like, what do you have to do to start a podcast? And honestly, it's definitely like a very frequently asked question. Like, a lot of people do not know how to start a podcast. It is very difficult. Like, you don't get many answers. And then there's a lot of scam sites that like want you to try to pay money. And it's like saying, start a podcast here. You put in your information and then, yeah, so we're going to be doing whatever you guys want to talk about. So basically the way it's going to work, this is launching on October the 1st. Okay. October the 1st is going to be the very first podcast. I don't even know what day that's on. Let me double check before I tell you guys. Okay. October 1st is on a Friday. So every Friday is going to be a podcast starting on October the 1st. And on September 30th, we are going to have a live here on YouTube. And I'm going to ask you guys what you all want to talk about on the podcast starting on the 8th. So the podcast on the 1st, we're going to be talking about dead or alive conspiracy theories. So let me explain. We're going to be talking about Elvis Presley, Tupac. Those are the two names I'm going to give you guys right now, but there are more conspiracy theories on, are they alive or do you think they're dead? And like, bitch, these people have like full on been spotted. Like, when I was researching for this podcast, there is like legit sightings, especially of Elvis, like full on, like you have to swear to God that that's not Elvis. Like, bitch, that's Elvis. Like, don't play me and don't do me that way. Like, that shit is mind trippy. And like, he's been spotted in like very, very odd places, like places that is very sus that Elvis would be in the first place, like Canada, like middle of nowhere Bali, like weird places, legit weird places. There are literally Google it, like literally Google it before October the 1st. It's sus, bitch. It is sus as hell. So now, of course, this is all alleged, obviously, but we are going to discuss what your thoughts are, and I'm going to give you guys the information that I've found. I also listened to a couple of other podcasts, and I'm going to shout out in mine, they had a lot of really good information, but most of the information that I found was just off Google, like literally shit that you can just Google for real. And though it is all like alleged and like could be, and yes, you could really argue and say, well, I don't want to get into too much detail because again, I want to talk about most of this on the podcast, but you could say that the photos are photoshopped, but like, just Google it. Just Google it. Like, this shit is like from the 90s, bitch. Like, this is not Photoshop days. Like, this is taken with like a legit like Polaroid camera. Like, this shit is like, anyways. So that is the first podcast. It's going to be conspiracy theories. We're going to talk, are they dead or alive? We're going to talk about some very popular conspiracy theories that have been very widely talked about, but we're not going to get into too much depth. So there's some conspiracy theories that we're going to save for a different day. But the podcast that we're going to have on the 8th of October, so the podcast following the first one, you guys are going to get to choose what we actually talk about. So we're going to do a live just like this one. And today you can go ahead and cast votes in the comments of what you would want to talk about. Do you want to talk about a true crime? Do you want to talk about a documentary? Do you want to talk about sex? Do you want to talk about blowjobs? What do you want to talk about? Like, what do you want to talk about? Anything is open for discussion. It is an open table. It is open. The only thing that we will not be talking about is politics, just because I don't give a fuck about it and I don't want to talk about it. Are we all on the same page? Great. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited, guys, because this is something that I have a very, 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 like, something that just it excites me so much to do. And though I'm not monetized yet, I told myself that I was going to wait until I was monetized to do a podcast, because it is an investment. I mean, if you really want, I'm not going to invest in like the background that I want yet for the podcast, just because I don't think I'm going to film it at first. I think it's going to be literally, you're going to have to go to the podcast app in order to be able to listen to it. But unless you guys really want it. And then if you guys really want it, what I might do is just do a live of it the first few times. You guys let me know like what you want. Do you want a video of the podcast, or are you down to just listen to the podcast? Let me know what you want. But I have thought about doing lives during the podcast, just because, for the simple fact, and then maybe having like the last 45 minutes be podcast only or something. You guys let me know what you all think. What do you all think? I love the videos with the podcast. Okay. But would you be down with a live during the podcast, or would you actually like the whole podcast filmed? Because I can do either one. I just don't know how long the podcasts are going to be. A live would be nice. Okay. Yeah, because I've really been thinking about doing a live during the podcast. But yeah, back to what I was saying, there is a lot of expenses that go into a good podcast. Okay. So sound is the main thing. I mean, you can get cheap microphones on Amazon, but they're really not what you want for a podcast. Like, they don't sound good. You can also get like basic like headphones with a microphone. Those are terrible. They sound like absolute shit through podcast audio. And I don't want to edit it. So it's going to be very Trisha Paytas. I don't want to edit it like at all. I want it to be straight through a full hour. I don't want to take breaks. I want it to be like the real tea. Sometimes I like watching the video with it as well. Yeah, I agree. See, that's how I am too. Obviously, like, I hate that Frenemies is over. It was literally my favorite podcast ever. But yeah, October 1st, that's when it's launching. It is going to be a podcast for the people. Like, literally, you guys are going to be 100% involved. The only podcast that was completely up to me was the first one. That's the one that's going to be on October 1st, and it is going to be about conspiracy theories. All kinds of different conspiracy theories that have to do with people being either dead or alive. And again, that is all alleged. I'm not trying to be sued by nobody, but yeah, I'm super excited. So let's move on past the podcast and let's talk about some other things, because there are some things that I want to address. So as you guys know, I'm not about to, but I'm very close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, which means that I will finally be monetized on YouTube, which is the T. That is the T, okay? And I'm very excited. I've worked very, very hard to get monetized. It's something that this is the career that I want. Like, I want to tell stories on the internet and I want to work on the internet. That's what I want to do. And in order for me to be able to do that, I have to be able to make an income. And right now I'm just not. But I'm very close. So I'm at 763 subscribers. What is that? 930, not even 900 or 930, 230 or less away from being monetized on YouTube. So the more subscribers that I have gotten, it seems, my goal this year is to I wanted to hit at least 5,000, but also that I'm still like every single day, I'm still like manifesting that, because that is a goal that I really had set for myself, which I set that goal when I told my first story time and my channel really took off. So my first story time I had 30 subscribers, not even. I had 27 subscribers when I told my first story time, and the next day woke up with 300. So that's a lot of subscribers to get, like, when I didn't even know how to do tags in a video. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to edit like sound. So I had like a song playing in the background and you could not hear me at all. I did not know how to edit sound at all. So to get 300 subscribers with over thousands of views on that video was like crazy to me. So I set a goal then. By that time, the next year, I wanted 5,000 subscribers. I thought that was super attainable because I just knew in my heart that happened in October, and I told myself by January I'll be monetized. Well, that didn't happen. That's not realistic, because I didn't know how to do tags. I didn't know how the algorithm worked. I just wasn't very smart on and didn't do a lot of education on how to get monetized, how to do titles, how to do thumbnails, which I'm going to be real with you guys. Still don't really edit thumbnails like that, just because that's very 2016 YouTube to me. And also, I want my subscribers to be people who actually like watching me. Like, I've been really lucky so far with now 769 subscribers. So we got a bunch of subscribers just in. That's awesome. Wow, that's really cool. Just being honest, y'all, like, I've been really lucky with the people that I've had watch me, like, be actual people in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually fuck with these people. Like, I talk to these people. I know things that happen in these people's lives. These people know things that's happened in my life. And I know, like, obviously there's going to reach a time where it's going to be impossible for me to talk to everybody. That fucking sucks. And I hate that. Hey, the drunken goat. Like, that really fucking makes me sad to think of a day when I'm going to have so many subscribers that I can't, like, respond to everybody. Like, it's going to be physically impossible. And we're not even going to talk about that right now, because that really makes me emotional, because the group of people that we've built here together on the internet, and I've created this space for everybody to come to where we can, like, be real with each other and be like, hey, yo, like, this is how I feel about this, or this is what I'm feeling like this. Like, it makes me scared that would ever go away. Like, and that people might start watching me who don't really fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm too old for that shit. If I'm being quite real, like, I don't really fuck with that. Like, I don't watch people that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? And I can't get behind that, of watching people that you don't like, or that you don't really fuck with, like, or whatever. And so, if I'm being honest, I haven't put in what I could to really get monetized. I've actually done the opposite and really just tried to push it off because this is my baby. This is like something that I'm super passionate about. But again, I've created this family of people like that I'm so close. Like people I talk to every day are my subscribers. And I want to keep that. I want to still be able to do that. And like I said, eventually it's going to get to the point where there's just going to be so many people that I'm not going to be able to physically keep up with them. And I'm telling you guys right now, like as long as my ass can physically, if it takes me all goddamn, like this is a thing that like some YouTubers I don't get. Like you film, I know what it takes to film a video, edit a video, and upload a video. You can sit there for at least 4 or 5 hours a day and respond to some people. You know what I'm saying? Like these people help put food in your mouth by watching your shit. You know what I'm saying? By buying stuff that you recommend. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just care so much about my fucking subscribers. I always have and I always will. And I just want to get to know you guys on like a deeper level. Like, I want to know you. I want this to be a community where we can reach out to each other and speak to one another, you know? And that's really been created with some of my OGs. Like, it's become like a unit. Hey, Mind Bomb Studios. Thank you, Levius. That is so sweet. Oh, let me pop that in here. But anyways, what I was getting at was, yeah, we got to 771 just then. That was crazy. That's almost 10 whole subscribers. So as my subscriber count has gotten bigger, some shit has come from that. Okay. And these people ain't shit. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. Like these people for real ain't shit. Oh, thank you, babe. That is so sweet. You guys are everything. I swear to God. So I had this friend, and I've talked to you guys about this friend before. It does help. Every single subscriber helps, and I love every single fucking one of you. All of you are fucking everything. But I had this friend. I've talked to you guys about her on live and in story times before. She ain't shit. But it seems like the more subscribers I get, the more this shit is starting to happen. And like, bitch, I'm like so irrelevant. Like I have not even 1,000 subscribers, right? And these bitches really be trying me. Like, are you joking? Like this is like my thing that I've like worked so fucking hard for. Like I have put blood, sweat, and tears into this goddamn channel. Like, anyways. So she decided to go to Twitter, which I don't even think she didn't. She didn't have a Twitter account before any of this shit started. Yeah, because it was created. She literally created this fucking Twitter. Yeah, August of 2021. Okay. She creates this Twitter, right? And she puts her actual name and she puts a picture of herself, whatever. And she goes on there, and I had retweeted something about Gabby Hanna. I can't remember what I tweeted. Oh, no. That's wrong. I retweeted something about OnlyFans and Trisha Paytas. Anyways, she had commented underneath that, and I don't have a Twitter following at all. Like, I don't really promote my Twitter much, but I love Twitter. I do. I think that for a lot of people who are verified, it can be very toxic. But I do. I have a whole 52 followers, and all of them are from YouTube. All of them. Every subscriber I have are just people who's followed me from YouTube. But I love it. I love Twitter. Anyway, so I retweeted this, whatever, and she commented down below, basically weaponizing my own trauma. Now, before this was taken down by one of you guys, reported her comment and Twitter took it down, which is very rare. From what I hear, Twitter never takes anything down. Like, literally, from what I've heard, Twitter lets everything be kept up. So keep this in mind. The fact that Twitter found this comment vile enough to take it down. Okay? Now, this trauma has to do with, and this is a trigger warning, we are going to be talking about SA, okay, and the R word. This has to do with my personal story, okay, and something that happened to me. And like I said, this comment was about OnlyFans. The whole tweet was about OnlyFans, okay? And underneath, what was the comment? I'll have to get the screenshot because it was taken down. Hold on. I find it funny that someone that was raped likes OnlyFans. Okay. Then underneath that, one of my subscribers said, "What the fuck? You're talking about her rape?" And then another subscriber said, "Is this real?" And all of this time, guys, I'm working my 9-to-5 job, so I don't know any of this is happening. I have no clue at this point. And then she says, yeah, she was raped by her stalker, and it was pretty fucking disgusting. There was blood everywhere. Which is not anybody's fucking story to fucking tell, okay? Anyways, one of my subscribers reported the comment. And I was notified at that point. And one of my subscribers emailed me a screenshot of everything that was said. I don't know I have an idea of what I think's wrong with her. Basically, this is a story that was meant to be told to you guys from me. But this person is literally like stopping at no cost to share my story, and I don't understand why. Like, it's my fucking trauma, and this motherfucker stalked me forever. People love to say that my stalker isn't real. Like, this shit really fucking happened, guys. Like, I'm in my mid fucking 30s. I have no reason to make this motherfucker up. This happened, and he fucking terrorized me. Yeah, I know her. I was friends with her for years, and she's just taken a path that I just report her post to the police. No, I'm not going to report her post to the police because all she's doing is just trying to hurt me. My stalker, you've got to watch my stalker series to know, but he's no longer here. This is all from years and years ago. No, the stalker is dead. He's deceased. He died. This is all from years and years and years ago when all this happened. And I was in my early 20s when all this happened. But he stalked me from the time I had my first job until I was almost 25. Okay. So a decade. And it was terrifying. Fucking terrifying. If you haven't watched the story times on my stalker, well, the ones that I have up, there's still many more. He literally fucking hid in my car after I got off work one night. Literally was hiding in the back seat of my car. If you haven't watched that, it's in my story times. He lived in underneath our house in the attic. Hold on, Chris is here with the pretzel. Like, it was fucking terrifying. Followed us on vacations and so much more that you guys don't even know. Like, those stories have not even come out yet. You got a hamburger?
What's chocolate?
Yeah. And then on top of all of that, when it all was finally over, and he died, I started suppressing that and wouldn't talk to nobody about it. And she knew that. She knows this. He died of a heart attack in prison. He was evil. Evil. Absolutely evil. She knew how terrified I was. She was my best friend during that time. I don't know. If I had to guess, I would have to say maybe for attention, but like, I don't know. I mean, I think I know, but again, she's going down a path, and well, I'm just being honest, y'all. She's on some very serious drugs right now. And if you know my story, you know I'm a recovering addict, and I can't be around her. And she was doing some really shitty shit. Lost her kids and stuff, and I just told her, like, I can't. And not only that, the only time that she was talking to me anyways was to ask for money. So I don't know if she's just so blown out of her mind she doesn't know what she's doing. I don't know. No. I talked to her aunt because, of course, people I know, there's a couple people on Twitter, and we live in a super small town. So someone reached out to her aunt and told her. And she just reached out to me and apologized. But I don't know if I were to reach out to her as a recovering addict, it might make her spiteful and do crazy, something. I don't know. I don't know what her motive is. I don't know. And she's made friends with someone who, I can't really get into the details of it because my family doesn't really want it public, but basically my cousin overdosed. And the person who was there left him. So we don't know if Narcan would have helped or not, because this person literally left him there. She's been like doing lives and like trying to start a YouTube channel and stuff like me. Apparently they've been hanging out together. And that person is on very hard stuff. My life has been crazy. And you all know maybe this much. What? Y'all do not know even the tip of the iceberg yet. Heroin, meth. Yep. So if it makes her feel better, it's fantastic.
You roll them?
I'm almost done with the second one.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
You tell me about?
No. It can. But when you're getting high on it, you don't care. I don't know. I feel bad for them. But I can't be around it. I can't. And I know that you're going to watch this. If you're not watching it now. No, I'm going to. She's trying to whisper to me not to say, but I know you're watching this. And you're sick. That's all I can say. Had something similar happen to me, and if anyone wants to do that to me, I would spaz the fuck out. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, though, like, I just don't have the energy to care anymore. There's 3. If she's not watching it now, she will. I promise you that. If she's not in here now, she will be. I know she watches my videos. She was commenting under a different name. It was like a, what was it? I think I have a screenshot of it. Smiling Rainbow, I think it was. No, I'm not scared of her. No, not in the least. She knows that. I'm just too old for the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've just worked my ass off for this. And I'm to the point now, like, if you're trying to hurt me, like you did, like, what more do you want me to say? Like, you did, you succeeded, but I'm going to keep going. And luckily I have awesome subscribers. So they had it reported before I even knew anything. I had no idea none of this was happening. I was working. And so I had no idea none of this was happening. I was going on about my day and then came to check my phone at lunch and seen all of this shit. And I'm like, what is going on? But yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next topic, which is one that I'm excited to get off this one, to be honest, guys. I wanted to talk about this video that Alex James uploaded in regards to Gabby Hanna. And I want to really know the true tea. What are your all's thoughts? That's possible. What are your all's thoughts on this video, guys? Please tell me. So basically, he goes into this video and he says, hey, God, what hasn't happened with Gabby Hanna, we might as well say. Let me actually just go to Alex James's video. Hold on. Okay, so the title of the video is Gabby Jeanette Hanna, her full name. You tried it. Part 1 of We Don't Know. The other thing is, oh my gosh, bro. Like, this shit is like, I had a whole ass 2-hour long video, like edited down to 2 hours. Do you know how long that was? Do you know how long it took to edit? Anyways, it was so stressful. I was like, I'm not even going to do it. I'm not even going to do it because this is so stressful going through all this shit that she's done. That's how much it is. Like, to go through absolutely everything from rice gum, literal rice gum, to now is going like, ugh. Anyways, Alex James uploads a video. He's like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Like, all this. Anyways. Anyways, he talks about how Gabby likes to talk about how they all make money off of making videos on her and da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, yeah, you better believe that I'm making money off of talking about you because this is like trauma for me. Like, this is like literal trauma. And he also talks about how he know, like him and Jesse and all them, like they know they know Gabby. Like, they know her in a different way than other people know her. And he says the person that Gabby is now, they have no clue who that person is. No clue. And he says, you know, since she wants to dive in and she wants to continue to talk about me, he said, I'm going to really go in. And he starts to read off characteristics. Now, this is where things get interesting. Oh, and he also, y'all, this had me rolling. When he compares Gabby Hanna to the health inspector in Bob's Burgers, when he does that, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the video. I died. I feel like people are out of her life because of her. She is the one denominator in the whole situation. Yeah. And isn't it funny how she's changed her on Twitter to the common denominator? Jesus. Anyways. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find it. Hold on, guys. So he starts talking about and describing this energy, okay? And when he goes through, I think this is where like Alex really got the audience who watched his video to really like buckle down and be like, okay, like he's really talking some truth here. Because when he starts talking about these signs of this energy, and he would not share what kind of energy or what these characteristics were, because I think he said something about like how he wanted to go into more detail or whatever. I can't remember what he said, but this is where the comments started to really light up in his favor, because the characteristics of this type of energy were like 10 out of 10 Gabby Hanna's behavior. She's just very much the person to, how do I put this? So she will do something absolutely terrible, right? Somebody will call her out on that behavior. Okay, so the adult thing to do would be like, you know what? You're fucking right. I did that. That was fucked up. And here's why. Here's what I'm going to do to rectify that. Here's what I'm going to do to try to make this situation better and to make me better as a person. And I'm going to peace out for a little bit and try to work on me, because this is not okay. Instead, what Gabby Hanna does is she's like, actually, you know what? You did this, but that is a lie. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, but you did this, but this isn't true. But I'm going to paint this narrative on my huge platform on social media that this is true. And not only that, but I'm also going to call to my million patrons, and I'm going to beg them to go and harass you because you have said this about me, even though this is a truth. I'm going to have my stands go and attack you because you don't agree with me, or because you said something negative about me. And that's how Gabby has reacted in every single situation. If you are one of her patrons, I am so sorry because I could not imagine getting a notification that Gabby Hanna's live, being her patron, paying money every month to be under her as a patron. And then guess what? I get a notification that Gabby Hanna's live and she's trying to get me to go to some YouTuber's channel and talk about how shitty of a person they are. Also, how did everybody forget that Gabby Hanna was the one to start all that drama with Trisha Paytas? And also, how did everybody also, everybody was so quick to take H3's side when all that shit happened on Frenemies. Y'all were so quick to take his side because Trisha Paytas can never be a reputable human being. People just do not pay attention to facts. And you know what? Keemstar mentioned how people don't pay attention to facts and how Gabby's innocent and all this. That is the biggest hunk of bullshit, Keemstar. That is the biggest hunk of bullshit, Keemstar. You are the biggest fucking waste of space on the goddamn internet. I'm sorry, guys. I do not hate anyone, but I so close to despise that man. I swear to God. He was talking about how everybody has, this negative opinion and everybody's on a hate campaign against Gabby. No, Gabby has done some really fucking disgusting shit and has taken accountability for zero. Every time, and see, just like Jesse Smile said, you can't say, I'm sorry now, and then in 7 years say, I never said that. Find the tweets. Where's the tweets? Where's the tweets? That's the fucking thing. Where's the tweets? That means that you aren't sorry. That means that you don't even think you ever did that shit. That shit never happened. That erases your apology. Same thing like with the herpy thing, which, look, everybody's going to have a different fucking opinion of this, but I'm sorry. We now know that Shane Dawson was the person to talk to Gabby Hanna and say Trisha has herpes. Now, Trisha and Shane were supposedly best fucking friends. Okay? The minute that someone's best fucking friend comes to me and says, this person has herpes, I know that you're a piece of shit. You're not nobody's goddamn friend. The first thing I would do would be call Trisha and say, hey, look, I know that me and you aren't cool, but like your best friend is literally like running around like saying that you fucking have herpes. Just wanted you to know, like your friend saying you got fucking herpes. Don't know if you got herpes or not, but your best friend saying you got herpes. That is what I would do in that situation. Honest to God. I don't watch any of these people, but I saw his, so I watched it. I will say I really think she is wrong for the Jessie thing. I can't stand Trisha, but I do believe she was wrong with the herpes thing. Yeah, 1,000%. Love your channel so much. So glad I found you. Love these videos. So excited for your podcast. Thanks, babe. Don't feel like anyone should put anyone's info about personal info out there. I don't agree with you on the H3 thing. Sorry, but I listen to everything before I make a decision on anything. Aren't Shane and Trisha's friends again? I read that somewhere today. Not that I'm aware, but they may be. And no, I don't agree on the H3 podcast thing at all. If you watch the entire thing, okay, H3 took a screenshot of Trisha's conversation with him, with Ethan, took a screenshot and sent it to the employees. Okay? That is not an ethical thing, okay? So that's basically like two owners of a business sending, because you've got people that come down in ranks below that, right? If you're the owners of a business, if I'm an owner and you're an owner, okay, and we're having a conversation, about what the fuck ever. We're having a conversation about our employees and the pay of our employees and different things like that. And you take a screenshot of our conversation and send it to the employees. That's fucked. Okay, Trisha should be able to talk about that shit just as much as Ethan. That shit is fucked the fuck up, okay? Look, people always try to play on fucking Trisha because she fucking... Look, she is not the fucking best person all the time. She has made some really bad calls a lot of the time. But I do not think that Trisha Paytas is a bad human being. I've met her several fucking times, and I do not think she is a bad person at all. I do not get that vibe from her at fucking all. And I do not think that she was downgrading and talking less about fucking employees. I don't. And I don't believe that shit for a minute. Pay attention to details. Listen to the entire story. Don't skip ahead and shit because you miss fucking details when you do that. If you think someone's terrible, there's no way to go around that. If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. If you think she's terrible, then you think she's terrible. And there's no way to change your opinion on that. But also, here's the important thing. If you don't like someone and you think they're terrible, you're already going into something with a biased opinion. And that is the problem with social media, is everybody wants to weigh in on their opinion on a matter. But if you don't like someone, your opinion is like, okay, because for me, I'm not going to fucking give my fucking opinion on several different people because I think they're literal trash. I don't talk about them. I could go on and on for days on Kingstar. I really could. I have a lot of things I'd like to say about him. But my opinion is already biased because I think he's trash. I think he's garbage. I literally wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire in my backyard. Okay? That's why I don't weigh in on him. That's why I don't talk about him, because I have an opinion that he ain't shit. Like, for real, he ain't shit. I think he's a horrible human being. But that's my thing, like, with the internet. Like, all of her comments are swamped with fucking negativity. Could you imagine being on the internet for 15 years? I would be more concerned to watch someone who's been on the internet for 15 years and ain't made a fucking mistake. No, I'm not going to tell you why I hate Keemstar. There's more than that, though. Keemstar is disgusting. Keemstar is disgusting. Okay? I will say this, and this is all I will say, and I'll never talk about him again. That's just the way it is. Unless something really fucked happens. And I will. If there needs to be justice brought or something, I will. Keemstar likes to talk about Gabby Hanna and how everybody's on a hate train. No. If millions of people have the same fucking opinion, okay? Right is right, just like Virgo just said, okay? Right is right and wrong is wrong, okay? But all of us have our own opinion. Everybody's going to say, okay, yeah, I'm a fan of Trisha, but I've called Trisha out when she was wrong. There's proof on my channel. That wasn't a wrong situation, okay? Two owners do not have a conversation, one screenshot and sends it to the employees and then makes it look like Trisha was calling them out and talking to them like shit. Whatever. Anyways, Keemstar, Oh, baby, I'm sorry. No, my last live cut off because the power went out. My power went completely out. I'm sorry you missed it. We'll continue that another day, Suzanne. So my issue with Keemstar is this. So he takes up for people. Listen, he takes up for people that I don't know exactly what he has going on. I have some theories. Of what I believe happened or happens behind the scenes. I don't know that for sure. That's hypothetically, allegedly. But he is in his mid 40s, okay? He is a grown-ass man, okay? He's dating a 20-year-old. I have a lot of issues with that. I really do, okay? And the thing about it is, where Trisha means well, okay, people will not listen to her. It doesn't matter. Now, whether you want to say you hate Trisha or whatever your reason is for not liking Trisha, that's on you and that's your decision. She is a fucking icon. Like, she will not go anywhere. She's literally going to be here. Literally at the end of time, it's going to be Trisha and roach bugs. That's going to be it. So, whatever that channel is, I haven't seen one video. He does Drama Alert. Keemstar. He does Drama Alert. Anyways, he's dating a 20-year-old girl. Okay. There's a lot of fucking issues with this, right? So he does this podcast called Mom's Basement. He does this podcast with, what's his name? Hold on. I can't remember. FaZe Banks. He does this podcast with FaZe Banks. On this podcast, he talks about how he met this girl, okay, and she's 20 years old and whatever. He's having the time of his life, blah, blah, blah. FaZe Banks says, is she a fan? And he says, no, her friend is. They go on and talk some more. And then Keemstar says, I met her at a fan meetup. Y'all, there is so much wrong with this, okay? Because if you, no, not Ethan, Keemstar. If you are a fan of someone, okay, let's say whoever you have as your sexual preference, your favorite celebrity crush, okay, if you were to go to a meetup with them, okay, and you get there, right, and they say, hey, come hang out, okay, and you go hang out with this person, there is already a power dynamic because you're already going to be in the mindset of, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to, you're going to be in a whole different state of mind. You're not going to be in your right state of mind when you're hanging out with your celebrity crush, especially when you're 20. When you're 20, that is just so fucked. That is just so fucked. And then also on the podcast, you can hear Keemstar say that he wants FaZe's like live reaction, and he sends FaZe Banks a picture, and allegedly, hypothetically, from what I've heard down the grapevine from other content creators and YouTubers, is that it was a picture of her ass. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't quote me. But from what I've heard from YouTube friends is that it was a picture of her ass that he sent to FaZe Banks. Don't know if that's true. There's a problem with fucking that because that girl did not consent for you to give FaZe Banks that video or that photo. And we've seen firsthand with all of the Vlog Squad shit. Guys, just because you're okay with something now does not, at 20 years old, doesn't mean that you're going to be okay with that shit when you're 40 or 25 or 31. It doesn't matter. Y'all, you have to think that this is a 20-year-old girl with a huge power dynamic right now. Huge. Keemstar is a huge YouTuber. She was at his meetup. Okay. He can say, oh no, it was just her friend. All he wants. Bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Those girls went to that meetup. He was there with someone else. I can't remember who he said. Fresh cheeks. Yes. He's disgusting. He literally ain't shit. He ain't shit. I don't care what nobody says. But that's also why I don't talk about him. Anyways, back to Alex James' video. So Alex James apparently is making a series. He said he's not on any time schedule, so we'll get videos when we get them. He said he's not in any hurry or anything like that, blah, blah, blah. Also, I don't think that Gabby has uploaded any more to her series. I haven't really looked, so I was keeping up with it because I was making a video in regards to it, but no. The last video that was uploaded was Jessie Smiles actually needs to be stopped. That was a week ago. Can we also talk about how that video only has 471,000 views? I mean, yes, that's still a shitload of views, but compared to cut to Jessie Smiles' video, which Jessie made very clear in that video that this is the truth, and I'm not going to speak on it no more, no matter what Gabby says. And she's held her end of that because she has not said shit else about Gabby. But that one has 5.3 million views. I do think it's fucked up, though, that more people don't subscribe. Like, why is that? Like, Jessie has 1 million subscribers. I've always wondered that. Like, and underneath her video as well, like, everybody's like, oh my God, Jessie, like, you're so strong and da-da-da-da-da, and I support you and all this. But, like, nobody's, like, there's no more subscribers. Like, I think she's got, like, a couple extra thousand subscribers than she had before. Like, that's so bizarre to me. The same with my videos. Like, I've noticed that on YouTube. Like, a lot of people will go and watch a video, but a lot of people don't subscribe. And then it's even more uncommon for people to like your video, and then even more uncommon for people to subscribe. But I've always been like, I guess that's just because I'm different. I just interact on YouTube videos. I don't know. I guess everybody's different. But yeah, guys, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm super excited. We've got a podcast coming on October the 1st. Be on the lookout for that. We did get to 772 subscribers tonight, so we're 1 subscriber away. So we got 9 subscribers. If we can get to 800 subscribers by tomorrow, I will send a special someone a little special treat. So what is that? 80, 90. We need 28 more subscribers. Right? I mean, we're content creators, and I get that this isn't like the best situation for Jessie, and I know that was incredibly hard for her to do, to tell that, but I don't know. I just figure if something's getting 5-6 million views and you only have 1 million subscribers, like, that sucks. That sucks. Like, at least subscribe to her, because her fucking trauma has been weaponized all over fucking town, you know, and her medical, like, medicines, and her, you know, anything like mental illnesses that if she's had them or not, has been, like, told to people. Like, this girl's been put through a lot. Like, and she's coming to the internet to, like, share all her shit with everybody. I mean, the least you can do is, like, subscribe to their channel. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, it's 11 o'clock. I've got to work tomorrow. You guys will be getting a story time tomorrow, probably around 3 o'clock. So be on the lookout for that. Be sure you got your notifications on. If we can get to 800 by the end of the night, I will pick a special someone who is interactive in this live. Or if you weren't in the live chat and you watch this later, you can comment down in the comments if you would like to enter to win a special little goodie for our 800. If we can hit 800 tonight. So it's 11:53 or 10:53 Eastern time. Got 2 hours. I will DM it to you on Instagram. Oh, okay. I'm excited. I'm just excited to be able to start making money from YouTube and like not have to do a 9 to 5 anymore, because I'm just excited to be able to put more into the internet. What is this? What is this? Yeah. Anyways, it's nothing creepy. That's good. Hopefully you will get new subscribers soon. I'll drink wine pre-celebration for you. Thank you, Suzanne. I love you guys so much. We're getting close. We're getting close. We're so close. We're at 772, meaning that we just have like 200 and what? 240, not even that, left to go before we get monetized. Hopefully we can hit 5,000 by the end of the year. I'm still working on, how to do tags right and how to title videos right and all that stuff. And finally got like an actual camera. So this week's video is going to be a totally different quality for you guys, because everything else has just been filmed on the 12 Pro Max. So you guys are getting some new stuff. And I was going to wait to invest money into everything just because I'm not monetized. I'm not getting paid for it. So everything that I've invested, all of my lighting, all of it, which I have a lot of lighting, everything has been invested out of my own pocket, and now podcast stuff. So hopefully we can get monetized soon. I love you guys. Everybody that likes to help contribute in some way, I do always leave my Cash App, because if I don't, people literally get very angry. So I do always try to link my Cash App in these lives, just in case somebody wants to support me in some way. I love when you guys do that. You all are literally the best, and it all goes towards my setup. It all goes towards YouTube, all of it. But my Cash App is in the comments if anybody does want to proceed or do something in some way. I'm not monetized, so it doesn't give you the options to do anything on here yet. So that's why I put it in there. But I love you guys. Thank you all for your support and your kindness. It's the best ever. I just love you guys so much. And yeah, I wouldn't trade any of you for the whole wide world. And yeah, so I hope you all have a good night. I will see you all in a couple of nights for another live. You also will have a story time tomorrow. And yeah, if you have any podcast ideas, put them down in the comments. And yeah, until the very next time. Bye, guys.